Hey y'all, and welcome back. Thank y'all for coming back. I'm very grateful y'all are here. Thank you for joining me for Thirst Trap 101, episode 3. We are going to be talking about image selection. My name is Ryan Lindsay, and I am kicking off a YouTube series called Thirst Trap 101. Guys, we're talking about the pictures on your Thirst Trap page. So I'm gonna need 2 episodes to discuss this topic. We're gonna have A and B, kicking it off on episode A of image selection today. I've got 3 areas we're gonna discuss. First off, we're gonna talk about our goal, what we're trying to accomplish down there with all of those sexy photographs. Then we're gonna talk about process and 2 things to consider there during the literal mechanics of choosing the photographs to go on your Thirst Trap page. And then finally, we're gonna talk about strategy. I've got 2 ways over there that we'll discuss ways to think about the best way to roll these photographs out and populate your Thirst Trap page. You do see a question down there. I'm gonna save that for the end, something I want to address with you guys before we wrap up episode 3. But now let's get to the goal. What are we trying to accomplish with the pictures on your Thirst Trap page? Last episode, we talked about the profile content. Now, that was the story of your life. That's who you are. In these photographs, we're telling the story of your body, all right? Now, I know some of y'all's bodies have got a lot of stories to tell. We're gonna tell them, and we're gonna tell them in a really safe and sexy, abiding by the community guidelines sort of way, but it's exciting. This to me, I love art, I love artists. It's been a big part of my professional life. This is like a fine art unveiling. And that's how it should be treated. A lot of thought should be put into this. You know what your body has in common with an original painting? There's only one of them. That's it. So by its definition, it's a masterpiece. All right, so let's treat it as it should be. Let's frame it in the appropriate way to achieve the most success with your Thirst Trap experience on Instagram. So that's the goal. We're telling that story of your body, and we're gonna tell it in a good way, all right? Next thing, process. First off, I wanna break it down how I actually arrange the photographs. So for the arrangement of photographs, I receive them in from photographers in various ways. I get them on Dropbox, some send me a WeTransfer, some slide them up in my DMs, but however I get them, or however you receive them, not all of y'all are working with photographers. You just might have a lot of photographs you've taken during a certain period of time. Well, no matter how you get them, gather them all together. And what I like to do, just the actual mechanics of it, is pull them all together into a folder on my iPhone. I label that folder by the photographer's name. If I've done more than one shoot with that photographer, I put a number. Carlos 1, Carlos 2, Carlos 3, Carlos 4. So if I ever need to dip back to a prior photo shoot, I can find a photo I'm looking for. But when you get some new ones in, put them all together in one folder. Then you're gonna really get to pick your favorites, okay? So within that folder that you found, now one little thing is, don't put 500 photos in this folder, you might have to have a process outside of this folder where you narrow it down. And so when you get it to the smartphone stage of a photographer folder, I would say less than 100, okay? So with that, less than 100, start pulling them up. You put your finger on there and you start pulling them up to the top. Now, which ones do you pull? Let's talk about that. I think that the best way to do it is not just considering what's in your head that you think is the hottest. You also kind of need to consider the opinions and the likes of your followers. So your selection needs to be diverse. Y'all, it's some very, very different strokes for different folks. Not everybody likes a dude in a jock strap. I mean, most do, I do. But some guys are into some different stuff. Some guys like those really high athletic socks, I do. But there's a lot of elements of diversity that you can consider here. Not just physical appearance or looks or body parts that are being featured in different photographs. All of that is important, but also maybe consider some that are black and white. Maybe consider some that are just a body shot or, you know, don't have that head. Some folks really like to just focus on the body. Consider that aspect of diversity when you are pulling up your favorite photographs within your folder, all right? Now let's talk about strategy. All right, how are you going to unveil these to your followers? I believe that there's two ways that you could consider doing it. The first one is by time. It's chronological. Start out with the photos that were taken first and end with the photos that were taken last. And that tells the story of your photo shoot. What it also does is it makes it very enticing for your followers to come back. Now I'm gonna explain that a little bit. I mean, with me, it's become a wonderful, nice tradition that I begin in my awesome Seersucker suit. It's custom, I love it. It's very special. And at the end of this shoot, I'm in a different suit, and that's gonna be my birthday suit. Now, I'm gonna tell you something that you already know. There's more followers interested in seeing me in my birthday suit than my Seersucker suit. I like to show all of it, but you see where I'm coming from. It's gonna be a build-up, okay? So if you start at the beginning of your shoot and then unveil the photos towards the end of the shoot, that's gonna be a nice little exciting progression for your followers. Another way to consider unveiling them is by the look itself. I've mentioned different looks earlier in our episode, but there's so many different ones. There's briefs. You could be in a wrestling singlet. You could be in those high athletic socks. There's lots of different, you could be in a leather harness, you could be in a lot of different things. So when you have your pictures, you then organize them by look, and then you subdivide and unveil them in that sequence. So first off, you would do briefs. Then the next day you would do a jock strap. Then you would do the socks. Then you would do nude. Then you're gonna flip it back to the briefs. What I'm saying is it provides an element of, we're gonna come back to that look, and you need to get excited about it. Some folks, they're gonna appreciate that. They're gonna like the ones of you in the jock strap more than anything else. So if you say in your caption and you explain, I'm gonna be rolling these out, and there's more of all of these different looks. There's some hotter jock straps. They're coming, okay? So that is gonna be very, very enticing and exciting for your followers. So think about organizing them by look, and then in a sequence, kind of spread them out. So you got more exciting ones for each look coming down the road. It's a way to make your unveiling very, very exciting and have some build up to it. That ends the major discussion points for image selection A. I've got one more thing to talk about down there. I just want to address with you guys, if there is anybody listening to me. I don't know what's been in my comments on all of the episodes, because when I've launched, I'm launching with my introductory video plus 3 episodes. I'm putting all that out there at once so you can really get a feel for Thirst Trap 101. And what I'm guessing some of y'all might be saying is, Ryan, let's cut to the chase and let's start talking about how I get some more followers and how do I get more likes on these. You got, it's coming. It's coming. There are going to be dedicated episodes on how to achieve more followers, how to get more likes to that photograph. But you got to understand, these are all pieces of the puzzle, okay? These all come together to give you a successful Thirst Trap page. These are all things that are actually under your control. I'm gonna go back to that art unveiling one more time. When you are trying to sell a painting, you know what's not under your control? Whether somebody buys it. That's it. That is not under your control. You cannot help that. But you know what you can control at that unveiling? The temperature, the music, the ambiance. That champagne better be chilled. You could have some beluga sitting around. You can make it a fine, amazing, comfortable experience. And then the buying is up to the client. Now with your Thirst Trap page, think about it. Focus on what you can control. You can control the profile picture. You can control that profile content. You can have cool captions. You can have smartly arranged photographs. Focus on all factors that are within your control, and don't get so hung up on the likes and the follows, because those are out of your control. You just got to do everything in your power to do the best of the things that are under your control. That's my TED Talk. I hope you guys, before I tell you one little thing about episode 4, image selection B, you know what's coming. You know what's coming. Y'all gotta help me, and y'all need to subscribe. Subscribe. Thank y'all. Subscribe, please. I appreciate it. Tell everybody, tell everybody you know. This guy is a trip. Subscribe. Thank you. So, episode 4, image selection B. Today was a little high level. Today was a little 30,000 feet. Okay, I get it. Next time we're going micro, all right? We're gonna talk about the actual photographs, what's in there, what should you look for, how to make them most successful and appealing to your followers. Y'all come back, episode 4, we're gonna be talking a little bit more about image selection.